What is going on, you guys? So today I want to get into another quick video review with you. This one is from a guy named MJ Getright, and the video title is "You Still Care Too Much as a Man." Let's get into it.
Quite a few things we got to discuss, man. Quite a few things, bro, because, this Karen is really actually messing up your feng shui, I should say, as a man, your vibe as a man. You can't stay focused on on what you got to do as a man if you over here caught Karen too much. And that's with women. And that's also with, people in general, really. If you want to be real about it, a lot of guys out here care too much about the opinion of another man. A lot of guys out here are comparing themselves to other.
I already got a comment on that. Basically, you can live your entire life caring about what other people think and allowing that to hold you back from living the life that you actually want. Let that sink in.
We got a lot of guys out here that's actually like looking for validation. You shouldn't look for validation from anyone but yourself. Guys, let me reiterate this. You are the only thing that matters, bro. You are the only thing that matters. Your opinion of yourself is what matters, because you know yourself. What it look like somebody over here telling you as a man who, how, and what you should be. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense, bro. So don't be the kind of guy that wants to fit in. Don't be the kind of guy that's going to sacrifice his own integrity. You know what I'm saying? Just because you want to fit in, or just because, I want to be friendly. I want to be liked by people. Let me tell you something right now, bro.
Imagine that too. Like, it is funny because that comes from not just like people, like friends, new people. It's like family too, right? Like, you're seeking that approval, and a lot of people are living a life that they think or they thought that they wanted, but it was actually instilled in them from someone else, like so that they could fit in, so that they could get the approval of somebody, right? So it's what the life, it's the living the life that somebody else essentially instilled into them that they wanted you to live, right? So just, if you haven't already picked up on that in your life, think about that.
If you are a grown-ass man, you are not going to be liked by everybody you involved with. You're not even truly liked by society. Yeah. Society don't care about you, bro. Society in general does not care about you, how you feel on a given day. They don't care what you're going through. So why should you even give a damn, right? That should be number one right there. Why should you even care about the opinions of other people, women, other men? Why should you care? Why should you care if somebody is over here telling you about yourself, assuming their own importance in your life? My guy over here just gave us a clear-cut reason as to why you need to not give a damn about other people, their opinions of you, why you really just need to be focused on yourself. And you need to have respect for yourself to the highest degree, to the highest standard, where when you are looking like over the horizon, you don't even see these niggas. Like, you shouldn't even see other people when it comes to your day-to-day habits, when it comes to your day-to-day process. Now, some people will sit here and hear that from me and be like, oh, that sounds a little arrogant. That sounds a little cocky. Well, they could eat one too. Right? I don't give a damn. Like, you got to really be locked in on who you are as a man. And obviously no diddler on that one. But I'm so serious, bro. I'm so serious, bro, because people, if you ask me, that's pretty whack if somebody over here is telling you to see them in your field of vision, to see them in your field of view when it comes to you locking in on your success. You over here supposed to be like, you know what? You're relevant in my life for me to obscure and get off of my path to success, to just hear you out, or to actually be, veered off by your opinion of me. Or maybe I should take that into account. Let me actually listen to what you got to say, your opinion of me and how I should be. And let me actually take that to heart and do that. You can't care about that, bro. You can't give a damn about that. A lot of men will be over here hating and talking shit behind your back. They might even talk shit in front of your face and just snicker around. They some bitches, bro. Straight up and down, they some bitches. Any man over here gossiping is a bitch. You shouldn't be worried about them. That's pussy behavior. That's bitch-made behavior. That's not a real man. You sound like a little ass girl. You over here talking shit. You over like who cares? You shouldn't care enough. Put it this way, bro. I don't know how much I can communicate this not give a fuck attitude that I have, because it'd be really hard sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all feel me. Pause. But like, G shit, I'd be like, bro, like, it's really hard for me to give a damn about another person that is, one, you're not related to me, you're not family. So, you ain't my mama, you ain't my daddy, you ain't nobody I care about, like on a personal level. Number one. Number two, you don't pay my bills. And number three, you're not helping me make money. You're not doing business with me at all. So why would, if you ain't hitting on any of those three, I literally could not give a fuck about you. I could not give, and that's y'all attitude. That's what your attitude should be, guys.
And there's a little like important point to be made there too, right? Like, you know, there's a difference between like when there's actually something to learn versus like receiving some of those like weird comments from people, right? That like just aren't helpful at all, right? Because it's like, you know, imagine being, because you always want to be a student, right? A student of life, learning and growing in a positive way. That also means exactly what this guy is saying is not just taking feedback, especially if it's like weird, like judgmental or, you know, like negative feedback, like you know, you should always be positive and kind towards others so you can help build each other up. So imagine basically what this guy is saying, right? Like imagine being on such a shaky foundation as a man that you allow the opinions of anybody to sway you. When you know, like a lot of times you know exactly what you want to accomplish. You know exactly the way that you want to grow, the things you want to do in your life, right? You know deep down, even if like you know, you feel a little confused, right? A lot of times, like if you really sit and think about it, you know exactly what you need to do, and allowing just anybody to sway you or worrying about the opinions of others, you know, comments, whatever it is, it's not useful or productive towards your time unless it's one of these things like the outlier of finding a really great mentor, someone that can help you really learn and provide positive or constructive feedback.
That's what your attitude should be. That rules out at exactly 99.9% of these bitches. Okay, that rules out 99.9% of these hoes. You can't give a damn about them for real though. I just talked to a guy recently I had a consultation with, and I was like, you know, hearing out his situation, right? And bro was, I'm gonna just get into this, bro. I am putting this information out there. I keep it confidential. I'm professional, bro. I digress. But essentially, bro caught girl talking to other dudes, right? And I think we've all been in situations like this. If you've been in a situation where you was like talking to a girl, you vetting her out, and you over here like, you know what? I'm trying to see if she wants to actually be, you know, Mrs. Right, or I'm trying to see if she actually want to take it to, you know, girlfriend level, or even if they can reach girlfriend. A lot of these guys, I'm telling you right now, you can't care because a lot of these hoes can't even reach girlfriend status. They don't even have the credentials to, they don't even want to prove themselves to that level. So you can't give a damn about what she doing, dog. You mean to tell me you up here late at night? Oh my goodness, you having wet dreams about this bitch, and you over here thinking to, I'm having nightmares. She's talking to another dude. I don't know what to do, MJ. Like, you can't be on that dumb shit, bro. You can't. First off, you can't stop it. A woman has to want to prove herself to you. A woman has to want to voluntarily be that for you. You don't need to be forcing. You don't need to be trying to control. You need to let her unfold them own legs to only you, and let her keep that coochie only to you if she is willing to do that. You can't care about all that other stuff. You can't give a fuck about all of that other stuff. You catch a chick talking to another dude, you catch a chick still keeping herself open. And that's the funny thing, guys. You catch them doing this stuff. Women will sit here. Here's how, bro, this is crazy right here. This is how you really can't give a fuck. Women will sit here, be talking to 3-5 different dudes, right? But still expect you to show up 100% for her. They will expect you to give 100% effort. Like you really trying to be this knight in shining armor and just sacrifice and do all this thing to protect and save them, when they over here talking and keeping them options open for 3 to 5 other dudes. They don't give a fuck. They don't give a damn about you. So why are you over, like guys, for real, we cannot give a damn.
And that's true, right? I mean, you can run into that situation where they want that 100% from you, and they're actually like checking, right, to see like, oh, you're not going out on other first dates right now, are you? When they're not at girlfriend status yet, right? Like, so essentially, let's just say hypothetically, you're vetting or filtering, so basically interviewing for a potential high quality girlfriend material, wife, mother material, whatever, right? Let's say you're doing that and she's not girlfriend status. What he's saying is right. There are girls that will do that where they're like, they're keeping their options open and keeping it well let's say, masked or hidden, right? And at the same time, they're expecting you to, while you're going out on first dates looking for the best fit for you, they're expecting you to not do that and only be 100% on her, which doesn't make sense during the interview process at all.
Be over here talking to 3 to 5 different guys. They expect you to pull up like you Captain Save-A-Ho. They expect you to be thinking about them and trying to talk to them and speak to them every day. Bitch, you got me bent, bitch. G shit, these hoes got you. They got you messed up. And then the crazy thing is, they're not sorry for doing this and like deceiving you or trying to play the field and then see what's out there. They will justify it to the death of them. And they don't even feel bad when they get caught. They only feel bad for getting caught. They don't feel bad for doing what they did. They don't feel bad for doing what they do. All right, you can't care. You can't treat a woman like she a Disney fairy tale princess and she is showing you pavement activity. This bitch clearly belongs to the highway. And if you tell me, oh, MJ, hey, bro, I'm gonna need that prescription again. I'm gonna be like, you know what? Guess what? We're gonna have to upgrade this bitch pass. She's getting a United pass. And matter of fact, it's really an international. That's what that means, an international pass. Because this bitch is going on the damn skyway. She is for the airplane. Okay, she is going worldwide in this bitch. These hoes really just are about themselves. We're taking notes out of their book of selfishness, and we don't give a damn anymore. We gotta stop caring so much. We gotta stop caring so much about the modern woman out here that's not. She don't give a damn about you. She's here to use you and manipulate you. And then we gotta stop caring about competing and not staying true to yourself as a man, comparing yourself to other men. We got to stop all of that, bro. You know what I'm saying? We got to stop all of that. You got to really tap in with yourself.
And just a disclaimer here, I'm sure this guy knows it too, MJ. I mean, definitely, like, there are good women, but this is actually showing, like, illustrating the importance of you protecting what you've built up, you know, becoming the best version of yourself and actually knowing how to not be naive and find the best high quality fit for you, right? Avoiding all these sort of pitfalls and girls who are the wrong fit for you.
You got to really lock in with yourself, because the only one that got yourself is yourself. You feel me? That's it, bro. I mean, we can run that back real quick. Number one, this is not family. This person is not familiar related. And even if they are, if they on that negative energy, you can't have them there anyway. So they got to go anyway. You got to focus on you, King. You got to be you to succeed, to help others. All right. They ain't paying your bills. They ain't helping you make money. You have disqualified 99.9% of these shows. And especially if she ain't helping you bust no nuts. Like, that's the least she could do. That is basic package right there. Like, that's already what's coming up for you, dog. That's already what's on the horizon for you. She over here presenting some refurbished guts. Like, for real though, you ever just, like, remember when they had the 360 and shit? I don't know how old y'all are, but like when I was in like middle school and shit, the 360 came out. You ever had a 360 and it got the red rings of death, and then you had to send it into Microsoft, and then they was like, oh, we got to refurbish this bitch. We gonna put a new hard drive and fan in it so it don't overheat. It was overheating, bro. These hoes be overheating, so they just be giving a pussy out freely on the streets for street activity. And then when they present themselves to you, they lie to you and say, here, this is, check my guts out, right? It got the new car smell. All that bitch did was use some Summer's Eve, and she freaking, you know, took some of that, some damn, she took some dishwashing soap and she cleaned that cat up, and then she presented it to you, took some Febreze and sprayed it down real quick, and that's the refurbished pussy she finna issue to you and tell you, oh, treat it like it's 100% brand new. No, bro, you need to check the whole facts on these women. All right, you need to check the whole facts report, because it clearly states all the previous owners, right? It shows how much mileage is on that coochie. So you know for a fact she has altered the miles. You know for a fact, and you ain't supposed to. That's illegal, bro. That's illegal to adjust the amount of mileage on that vehicle before you try to sell it. The bitch is trying to sell you. A lot of them try to sell you on this. They sell you on a good girl. They sell you on this. And I'm truly wifey material. But when I check your whole facts report, I got a YouTube video on that, guys. Check that out. The whole facts report. It's hilarious, but literally similar to the Carfax report. That's what it is, bro. You need to check the previous owners and the mileage on these hoes. Because other than that, like, what is she presented to you besides a refurbished pussy, refurbished guts? This is a new car. You got a new car smell now. Don't forget, it's black ice right there. That's not black ice pussy. That's pavement pussy that she's trying to issue to you, and expect all these extravagant dates and a roof Chris steak and lobster tail and lobster cheese, lobster mac and cheese and shit. Like, get out of here with that. Oh, I want 5 appetizers and then we'll get to the main course. You got me fucked up. What the hell is this bitch talking about? She's known in the street. She got street activity. Like, they participate in this kind of stuff. She still goes out with her girls, and she's, bro, I'm telling you right now, you are not supposed to give a damn. You're not.
And I mean, this is basically what I'm saying, right? Like, I know he presents it in a funny way, right? You know, maybe like slightly crude, but it is funny, right? Like, and truthfully, like, there's a lot of validity behind what he's saying, right? And with like the Carfax thing, like, it's like, basically, just think about it like this, right? Think about it like you get to the point where, you know, let's say you have, you know, like a pair of like X-ray glasses, right? Like, or like a pair of lenses where you can essentially see and spot the different red flags and things, so you can avoid the landmines, right, and get to the right person.
Supposed to. You can't. You got to let them just be who they are, and not be trying to save them.
And by the way, a lot of times, like, the conversation, like you trying to figure it out by asking them, you're not really going to get anywhere. Usually they're going to tell on themselves. Like, they'll actually say something at a certain point. You know, if you just speak confidently to them, let the dating interaction develop naturally, a lot of times they'll say something where they kind of tell on themselves, where the bigger thing is to watch their actions, right? Because those are the biggest tell, and they're telling on themselves through their actions and some of the little things that they say. So you'll actually be able to see, like, what kind of girl they are.
Here's what's going to happen, right? And here's what I've been experiencing a lot recently with the chicks I've been dealing with. They're like still hopeful, right? They still hopeful, and they be in their late 20s. Some of these chicks be in their late 20s. Anything past that is just laughable, right? Still be desperate. They're desperate to lock you down. They're desperate to tell you, oh, you need to rush the process of this relationship. That's what I've been experiencing with the older ones. The young chicks, you notice, bro, it's like they're trying to have fun. Like, the females that are trying to have fun, they're usually like in their early 20s, possibly mid 20s. That's when they get a head on their shoulders. About 25, these chicks start waking up to the fact that, oh, this pussy is actually getting pretty hammered down now. I don't know. I'm the little roast beef action coming up. It's like, bro, they start to learn that probably like right past 25, about 25 and 26, 27. They start getting to that age. They start to see that I got to start taking this a little more serious. But the thing is, they want you to take it seriously. You just enter your prime as a man at 28, and you can keep it up all the way through. Like, stay fit.
And that's actually something really interesting, is like, when you start to enter your prime, and it's a little bit interesting to go through and experience too, because, you know, like, a woman will maybe potentially present like she's not trying to rush you, although she knows that she's on a bit of like a timeline in terms of, like, let's say she wants to have like an amazing family and kids and all that stuff, right? Like it's very tricky when you run it into that threshold where she's realizing that, and you're just coming into your prime, like really hitting your stride as a man. Things are starting to go really well for you. Like, you pick up on that, and you realize, like, well, wait a minute, like I don't want to feel rushed because someone else's timeline right now, you know? So at the end of the day, right, like, you built yourself up, and you are potentially looking for like an amazing, you know, mother of your future kids, right? Like a really amazing woman with a healthy mindset, healthy relationship. And that means that you can't rush it, right? You can't be rushed. You have to find and filter for the best fit for you.
Stay on point, continue to boss up, get your money right? Stay focused on that damn bag. You don't have nothing to worry about, bro. You can take your time. But what women gonna do is, see, I'm telling you.
And one other side point to this, because I know he was saying it in like he wasn't saying it in the cheesy way earlier. So he said like focus on yourself, king, right? Like a lot of guys say that as a coping mechanism because they're not doing well with dating, and they're basically sweeping dating under the rug or hiding it in the closet so they can work on their finances and fitness and these other things, right? And like all that's great. The key to this is also experiencing dating at the same time, because that way, once you cross this point where everything's going really well, you actually know what you're doing and you don't get into a mess because you know what to look out for a best quality relationship, instead of essentially being naive, thinking it's like a Disney fairy tale, and then you've built up all these amazing elements in your life, like your finances, like all these different things, and it crashes and burns because you don't know what you're doing with dating and women.
I care that way because your horizon, your plateau, you don't even know what your potential is, right? You can keep that up all the way through your 40s, through your 50s. You can keep literally going crazy. Like Mad Mom Music Official, there we go. Exponential gains is on the fucking way for you, bro. If you lock in, if you stop caring, number one, stop giving a damn about other people, you lock in on your goals and dreams, you let women come and go, and you just stack your bread. Let's reiterate that, because that's goal right there. Stop giving a damn. Let women come and go out of your life. They coming and going. Like regardless of how their attraction will be their attraction, but regardless of their age, it'll be some 29 trying to force a relationship on you, some 32 trying to force a relationship on you, the 22-year-old that like you because you're staying fit and on point, and now you got money now, so you just been laying low key, stacking your bread, being in your damn energy. They feeling your aura. They like, oh, I want to hop on your Johnson too, and they're down to have fun. You let them come and go too. Let them all come and go. The chicks that want to force you into something or try to say this, say that, you need to be trying harder with me. Bye. Later, you can't give a damn about that. You can't give a damn about them. What they gonna do? Hold some refurbished pussy against his will, against you, to try to get something more out of you? I need more dates. You want to hold yourself hostage on a winner? That's fine. Like, good luck finding what you won't do. Another man will. Find him. Go find that nigga. I guarantee you, he ain't gonna. If he's winning, he's not gonna give a damn. He's not gonna give a damn. What the hell it look like you being in a rush, guys? What it look like you being in a rush when you know you don't even enter your prime until you are 28 as a man? And then, like, here's another point, guys. A chick could sit here and be like, you know what? And I've been told this, right? A chick was like, you should be thinking about settling down. Do you want to have kids? Do you want to have this? Guys, you can have kids at any time you want to. They can't. They really got to make a decision. I interviewed a chick. These interviews finna start coming out, like, for real.
Now, one thing, I will say about that is, like, I think there might be an extreme you can take it to. Like, if you can, because everyone goes through different situations, right? Now, let's say you're going through your prime, right? And you go with that logic, right? Like, you can have kids at any point as a man, right? It's still a little bit more ridiculous. I don't know how else to say this. Like, it's I think there's a lot more cons to having children as a man when you're like 50 versus when you're like 35, 40, maybe even a little bit earlier, but realistically, right? Like you can see what I'm saying, right? Because, like, I mean, one thing, like, for example, just, I think it would be nice for my parents to be able to meet my children, right? That's just like one really simple thing. Now, number one, you're going to be really a lot older. Like, it's going to be harder for you to play with your kids because you're, 50, 60, etc. Right? But, like, I mean, what's the percentage chance that your parents are still going to be around if you have kids around that age? That's my big thing about that, right? Is like, okay, sure. And it will also benefit you to think about basically maximizing your potential early enough so you don't have to have kids that late.
The full interviews will definitely be on the Patreon because I don't have to, like, edit it down for YouTube, and it'll be, like, more unfiltered. But when I start dropping these, bro, you're going to start to see that chicks, they're arrogant as hell no matter what age, and they just don't understand. They still talk with this boss bitch attitude. They still like think that attitude is attractive to a man. And it don't even matter if they making money, bro. Like like some of them got a little bit of their heads together, but think they can still be out here in these streets. They're in for a wake up call. And then they be over here. Like I talked to a chick. I'll just tell you the situation real quick. I talked to a chick. She was about 28, I think. And I was like, you want to have kids? And she was like, yeah, but she had the attitude like, oh, but a man ain't this, and I don't need a man, and blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, okay, I got you. So you want to have kids? And then I was like, oh, okay, so at what point in time do you think you want to have kids? Oh, I don't know. I'm not in a rush. And I was like, oh, really? And then I was like, hey, so how long do you think it would take for you to trust a man to want to have a kid with? Because what you got to understand, guys, is you get in a relationship with somebody, or you start talking to somebody, right? You start talking to somebody, some time goes by, honeymoon phase goes by, 6 months to a year is the honeymoon phase. You got to wait till after that before you can even decide if is this person even a good match to have kids with. I told her that. She over here like, yeah, that makes it. So I said, at least a year or two, right? And she's like, yeah. So I was like, you'll probably be 30 by then. Oh yeah, true. And I was like, wait, isn't it like a risk to your body when you think about like having kids? Oh yeah, you're right. I was like, yeah, so you probably should get on that, right? And she was just dumbfounded. Like she didn't even know what the hell was going on, bro. So that's how you got to understand, bro. Like it's not up to you.
And by the way, like it's usually not a good sign when someone is trying to rush something, right? Like they didn't give themselves the time to go through something in a quality way. And, you know, especially when it comes to like a relationship, right? Like if they're trying to rush into a relationship or something like that, rush into kids, like all these things. Like what I've noticed is it's almost like the experience of someone grabbed like a fistful of sand, right? And just threw it up into your eyes or both of your eyes, right? So like there's almost like a smoke screen and you can't see clearly because you're just experiencing this like snowball, this rush of emotions, everything's going really fast and you think it's okay, but you're not thinking logically because you're going too fast and you're rushing it. This is why it's important to pace a relationship. You know, like a lot of guys I've talked to will say something to the effect of like, let's say you're going out on some first dates with girls, see her once a week, especially in the beginning, or once every 2 weeks, right? So you have room, like there's some space. You can keep your head on straight, be logical about things, level-headed, make good decisions, not emotional decisions. And that way, when you go from that point, you can start hanging out more when it makes more sense, right? When they've shown that basically they are like a quality and you can invest more time in them. Because beforehand, it doesn't make sense, right?
You to let them know that their time is ticking. It's not up to you to be like, bitch, you kind of stupid and you delusional, because you need to figure that out right now. You can't be playing in the streets. You don't have time to if you over here trying to have kids. And
also he went about that questioning that girl in a really good way, right? Because it's like in a salesy way, right? Like you ask them questions in like a neutral tone, like, oh, like what about this? Like what makes you say that? You know, like getting her to tell you, getting her to come to the conclusion, right? Because if you tell someone about themselves, you know, if you're like trying to prove your point, a lot of times they don't want to listen, right? But if you ask them these things, you're essentially leading them, right? Like pulling the rope along and leading them to come to that conclusion themselves, and they'll be like, oh wait, that makes sense. Maybe there's like a thing or two here that I disagree with, but actually, a lot of the stuff you said was true. Like, oh man, he's right.
Have this marriage and do all this and the roses but they still think that they could be out here in these streets. And they think some real niggas like us ain't gonna remember. Bitch, I'm gonna hold you accountable for that. I'm gonna hold you accountable for every single body you caught. I'm gonna hold you accountable for all of that. With all this bacon grease, I'm gonna just drag across your forehead. And then when you fall in love because you out here like, oh, I just wanna have fun with you. And yes, I need that healing dick energy. Oh, yes, you do, bitch. I know you do. I know you want us to drop dick off, but that's all you finna get because they always fall in love. It don't matter how many guys, I'm telling you, they gonna wanna have their fun still. But then it's always gonna end up, what are we? And you just gotta take a look at your watch. Oh shit, this bitch tripping. It's time to go. It's time to hit the, you're gonna have to hit that 4 flat on these hoes. Oh yeah, I thought we clearly defined this in the beginning that we were just having fun. Oh yeah, but feelings changed. And you're right, feelings did change. I was actually thinking about your friend when I was clapping you the last time. I wasn't even thinking about you, baby. It's wild because I've done that to so many girls, but that's wild. But one of them watching that shit, they gonna be mad as hell. They gonna be mad as hell. It's like, I don't even thinking about you, bitch. I was bored of that pussy like freaking 10 weeks ago. What the hell is you talking about? That's why you were a side piece. The best you is, bitch, is a 2 Popeyes fucking thigh and a damn leg, that biscuit on the side, and fucking rice and beans, bitch. You the rice and beans. I need to put something different on that. Me thinking of another bitch clapping you is literally akin to me adding hot sauce to that shit. Like, for real. Like, you need to spice it up somehow. Them 12 herbs and spices ain't enough to just keep you can't keep a man's freaking attention like that. You just being this same regular bitch crying and complaining for a relationship. That ain't happening. That is not happening, bro. You can't, guys, you got to stay locked in, bro. Because what you also gonna find, especially with these women, they're gonna try to convince you and try to tell you, oh, you gotta do this if you want to keep me, and you gotta do this if, and it's like, what? It's like, literally, guys, it becomes hilarious when you learn to not give a damn, when you learn to stop caring about something that's not actually you.
And something important there is like, well, you gotta do this if you want to keep me. Like, they're kind of like trying to force their hand, right? Like, they're trying to force you into something. And the funny part about this is you can't force this, right? It has to happen naturally. You know, it's like trying to force like the wrong shape into like one of those things that a kid has, right? With a star and a circle and a square. It's like you try to force the star into the square, or, you know, or the triangle, right? Like you're trying to basically force the wrong thing, and you'll know, because they start doing that, right? Like they start trying to rush, they start trying to force things. And yeah, I mean, that's just, it shines a light on a really important point that he made, right? When they start to ask like, oh, like, where is this going? Like what are we, right? Which is why it's important for you. And this is actually something that was difficult for me to come to terms with, because I had actually done this in the past where like I dated a girl long enough where we weren't committed, and eventually asked, so like what's going on here, right? And funny enough, like it was a sign that the relationship needed to fizzle out, right? Like it showed me that it wasn't in the right place. But realistically, like you are the gatekeeper as a man to everything you've built, like your finances, all these things, an amazing relationship, building a family. Like you're the gatekeeper to that. So you have to protect yourself and your energy there and know what you're doing, right? So when they ask, what are we, you can make an accurate move or an accurate decision. Like, is this girl girlfriend material or not, right? Because the what are we, you have to let them come to that conclusion, right? This is the part that was hard for me to come to terms with. You can't be the one to ask them, right? Like, oh, you want to be my girlfriend? What are we? Like you have to let them do it, right? Because basically you're going to date them and you're going to vet them. So whether they're girlfriend material or mother material, like that kind of thing, right? And you're going to give yourself time, like the interview process, basically. I know it's a funny way of putting it, but it's the interview process. And then eventually, without fail, she will 100% ask you if you're doing everything right and if it seems like a good fit, right? Like she's going to ask you, what are we? And now you have to decide if it's a good fit for moving forward or not.
That you don't actually see on your time horizon, something that's not benefiting you in any way, something that's not adding to you in any way. Like, and the guts is not adding to you, bro. The guts is going to be the guts. Guys, if you focus on yourself, you will always have the ability to have that. Like sooner or later, it will come to you. Sooner or later, it's going to fall into your lap. Don't be one of these guys out here thirsty and willing to just, do and say anything you need to get some guts, anything walking with 2 legs with a coochie. Like, nah, I ain't never been one of those guys. Never will be, because eventually the coochie like literally tries to attack you. Like it literally tries to attack you when you become a winner. The only way for you to become a winner, bro, You stop caring as soon as possible about what other people think about you, the opinions of the naysayers, the doubters, the whoever it is, the haters, whoever it is. You got to stop giving a damn about anything that's not congruent with your best version. And you attack every day like that, like you just out here to become that guy, become him, become Himothy. And I'm telling you, bro, it's only gonna be a matter of time until, you know, some chicks show up and they over here, they want to entertain you, Johnson, and they over here like, I hope I'm your favorite babysitter. And I really hope that you're thinking about me when, you know, you're most likely in some other girl's guts. They don't want to think that, but they know that that's probably happening. They know that.
And just keep in mind too, intimacy isn't the only thing that it's not a qualifier for her to be like good relationship material, right? Like most men, what we want is peace, respect, and love, right? So we want to know like that our partner cares for us, supports us, right? Really wants to support our mission. And so there's lots of ways that they can make your life easier. And if they don't make your life easier, then that's a pretty good sign that they're not a good fit.
You know, they're fighting for a position. They know that at best they can just try to stay on your mind. And that's where I like to be at. I like to be in a position where I'm winning. I never want to be, I refuse to be in a position, since I've probably been about 24, I refuse to be in a position where I'm over here fighting for territory in a woman's mind, where I'm over here when I'm thinking about her more than she's thinking about me. Like, hell no. I refuse. I absolutely refuse that. That cannot be something that you want to get out of your life, bro. Ever. In order for you to win, you got to really have this kind of attitude. And yes, it's not going to be congruent with people. Yes, some people going to be like, well, that's bad. But like the title's saying, right? We can't give a damn. We can't give a damn about those kind of people. We can't care about their opinion because we out here to win. Like, somebody has to win. Somebody has to win, bro. When you're dealing with women, somebody got to be the one that's holding the power. It might as well be you. It might as well be me. It might as well be us on that side. Come on now. I want you guys winning.
Awesome, guys. So, I mean, obviously, MJ, like, he has a lot of really good stuff to say there. I know his video or his delivery can be funny sometimes. Again, though, like, a lot of really valid points there, and this will all be really helpful for you while you're building up your social and dating skill set, so you can avoid women that are the wrong fit for you and find the ones that are the right fit for you. That's why this stuff is so important. So I hope this video helped you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.